Hey guys, it's Dr. Jenny over at Four Paws at Fulshire Veterinary Clinic, and Teal is going to be assisting me with explaining everything you need to know about maintaining your dog's wellness. So she's going to get us started by asking some questions.
How does dog wellness impact the longevity of my pet?
Because if your dog is not healthy, then we're not going to live as long, right? So we want to make sure that your dog maintains a good level of wellness. That way we can have them with us longer. Because the whole reason we have pets is so they can be with us for as long as possible, because they're members of our family.
How soon should I bring my pet in to see a veterinarian for a wellness exam?
So we like to see our patients once a year, okay? And after you're, 10 years old, we like to see them every 6 months just because a lot can change. You have to remember that for every year for us, your dog's body is aging around 7 years. So when we talk about sending off that annual blood screening, it's not just been 1 year. Their bodies have aged 7 years. There's a lot of changes that can happen. And we really believe in preventative medicine. So making sure that we do those screening panels and saving up for them is super important.
Will additional testing be needed beyond a wellness exam?
So a heartworm test and intestinal parasite screening is required here for us every single year in order to refill heartworm prevention. It's also super important that intestinal screening is important because we do have a lot of intestinal parasites that our dogs can pick up that can impact their wellness. And then once again, we really do strongly recommend doing that yearly annual screening, which includes your heartworm and your fecal. Those panels are priced to be affordable. That way you can afford to do what's best for your pet.
How will a veterinarian assess dog wellness?
So we'll do a physical exam. We'll check their weight. We're gonna do checking their eyes, ears, nose, throat, lymph nodes, heart, lungs, abdominal palpation, musculoskeletal, neurologic. So pretty much every body system gets assessed at that physical exam. So it may not seem like we're doing a lot, but as I'm talking to you, my hands are constantly moving. And any abnormalities, my hands will tell me. We also use that time to find out if your dog's had any behavioral changes at home, because that can give us a hint that maybe something is going on. So all things that are important when you have your annual exam.
What are some dog wellness recommendations my vet is likely to make?
So keeping up to date on your vaccines. Vaccines are there to help prevent preventable diseases. So your core vaccines, your distemper, parvo, and your rabies, are things that need to be kept up. Rabies, especially, is a Texas state law here. Your non-core vaccines that we strongly recommend: canine influenza, bordetella, and our leptospirosis vaccines are going to be important. And making sure that your dog is up to date on heartworm and flea prevention. So heartworms are transmitted by mosquitoes. We live here in Houston. We have mosquitoes year round. I don't care that it gets cold. Mosquitoes don't care about the cold. It does not get below freezing for long enough to kill off the mosquitoes. So heartworm prevention every month, all year round. And then we do have fleas and ticks year round as well. So making sure that those are kind of our basics to be keeping up to date.
What are some possible environmental factors that can affect dog wellness?
So I think here, especially this past summer, it got super hot outside. So being cognizant of, is it too hot for your dog to be outside for too long? Paying attention and making sure they have clean water, clean food, making sure that their environment is kept clean. So if you have multiple dogs and they're all having bowel movements in your backyard and we're not picking that up, your yard can get contaminated. If you do have a bunch of wildlife, making sure that we're collecting or cleaning up the yard. That way your dog doesn't get into anything. Checking to make sure you don't have any poisonous plants or toxins around the house are going to be really important. If you know that the air quality is bad outside, like when we had all those fires going on, it's not a good day to leave your dog outside inhaling all that smoke. So those are going to be kind of your broad strokes there.
Why is early detection of health issues in my dog so important?
Because early detection is cheaper. It's much cheaper to fix a problem when it's in the early stages than to not catch it until the dog is sick. Okay, we really practice a lot of preventative medicine here, and the reason is that not only does it make sure that your dog is going to live longer because we have more chances to fix things, but right now, especially in this economy, it's so much better to treat something when it's mild than to wait for it to implode, because money does not grow on trees as much as we wish it would.
What is geriatric dog screening?
So geriatric dog screening is coming in every 6 months for exams. It's doing full blood panels every single year, checking liver and kidney function, pancreas function, gallbladder, thyroid, urinalysis. There's a lot that goes into it, but we're basically making sure that the dog's body is working appropriately, and that if there are changes, that we're on top of it. I can't tell you how many patients that the owners think are completely healthy, and then I get the lab work back the next day and I'm like, oh, hey, our liver values are elevated, or oh, hey, there's a lot more protein in this urine than there should be, or oh, hey, your white blood cell count's elevated. What's going on there? We wouldn't know these things if we didn't look for them. So I think that's super important.
Will my vet suggest allergy testing for my dog?
If they're having allergies, sure. So if we're constantly dealing with itching and scratching and ear infections and anal gland issues and chewing at the paws, and we'll probably talk about doing testing to see, hey, do we need antibiotics, get that part under control, and then we'll talk about diet trials. And if all those things fail, then yes, we will talk about referral to a dermatologist for allergy testing. All right, guys, I hope this kind of gave you some broad ideas on how to maintain your dog's wellness. If you do have any questions about this, or if you'd like to go ahead and get your dog scheduled for its annual, please give us a call. Thank you.